Faiza, and I'm really excited to introduce to you guys a wonder woman who is a communication coach, a Gavel Club counselor, a wife, a veteran Toastmasters, and a caring mother. Please join me in welcoming the fun-loving, the graceful DTM Saro Tharyan.
Thank you, Faiza. Thank you for the warm welcome.
How are you doing?
Good, amazing. Happy to be here.
Saro, you are actually an inspiration for all of us, and especially for the women. And I'm really honored for this opportunity to interview today. So tell me, what has inspired you to join Toastmasters and become a leader?
You know the tagline of Toastmasters, where leaders are made. So I think when you join Toastmasters, you naturally become a leader. The program is in such a way, it's about communication and leadership. So when you're doing your speeches, you're improving on your communication part.
Yes.
However, when you are doing just even a small role, like doing a table topic master role, a timer role, leadership comes in that. It comes very naturally in that. So when I joined Toastmasters, I didn't know what I was getting into. Like I was like, okay, I was just at a time phase in my life when my son was just very small, and I had left work, and I was like wondering what to do with things. So I thought, okay, my husband was a Toastmaster already. So I said, okay, let me also try this. And when I joined Toastmasters, I realized that it was a natural process for me to become a leader by just doing roles in the club. And then obviously then I took up roles in the ExCom, becoming the secretary, the president, and the area director. So the process was very natural. So what inspired me is the whole program, the way the program is structured. You just become a leader. Just get inspired to become a leader. It just happens naturally.
Yeah, amazing. And you are a mother of a 25-year-old, which is amazing.
Yes.
Because by looking at you, you're so graceful and so inspirational.
Thank you.
How does it impact you, the Toastmasters journey? How does it impact your personal life and your professional life as well? You're a coach, communication coach. So how do you think that it has impacted your life?
Yeah, I think that's a very relevant question, because joining Toastmasters has led me to start now to be a communication coach.
Yeah.
So I was never in this line. I was in the travel industry. I've done my diploma course in ticketing and traveling. So I was with the airlines. I'm brought up in Delhi, so I was working with the airlines. So my line was that always. Okay. But I always realized that when I was at the airport, I used to check in customers, passengers. So there was a lot of communication always. So it was very natural for me to communicate with people and to understand and listen to people. So for me, when I joined Toastmasters, and I've been here now 12 years, I've been a member of TGIS and Toastmasters. So it was again for me to take this path, make it professional. I'm working with children, Gaveliers, from the age of from 12 to 18. I'm working with them. So it was like when parents approach me, they said, "You've been doing this for a while. Can you do one-on-one sessions with our children?" So they wanted not on the group thing. They wanted one-on-one where I'm working with them, helping them to write their speeches, and also giving them things to talk on, and help and tell them how to talk, how to talk. So that's what is the Toastmasters has really helped me to make this into a profession and become a communication coach. Wow. Personally, I think it has really taught me to be able to listen to people, because Toastmasters actually, when you're Toastmasters, it inspires you.
Yes.
It kind of motivates you to listen to people. So if you don't listen, you cannot give feedback. The whole program is, again, I'm coming back to the program, the whole program is structured in such a way. So for me, I think what has helped me to listen and to be more empathetic when I'm listening to people. So that is what it has impacted me.
Wow. I'm looking forward if this will impact me in this way.
I'm sure it will.
Okay, so Saro, can you share with us some defining moment in your leadership journey?
Defining moment. There were quite a few, but I think what really was the defining moment is becoming a distinguished Toastmaster.
Yeah, you are a DTM, and very few people people I have seen that they are DTM. It's a big achievement.
Yes, it is a big achievement in Toastmasters. It's the whole journey. I think so again, when I joined, we had the old curriculum. Now we have pathways. I was doing that curriculum, and there was a phase in my Toastmasters journey where I thought I will not really pursue distinguished Toastmaster. I will just let it be, because I had done few of my speeches. Then I got into leadership roles. So then I thought, it's okay. It's not really necessary for me to achieve distinguished Toastmaster. I thought I just let it be. Then the whole pathways thing was introduced, and then it was told to us that if you don't continue the old path, then you have to start it all over again with pathways. So you will have to finish off that. So my husband and I were having a chat. He said, why don't you? I had to do about 25 speeches more. I had to do still 25 speeches more. I said, why don't you do that? So I said, okay, fine. I said 25 speeches in a year. I had to deliver 25 speeches. So I thought, okay, let me try. I think there was a lot of encouragement from, I would say, my TGIS club members, from Jensen, who was VP Ed, and from Meena. I think that year she was VP Education, and she really gave me slots in the club, and outside also encouraged me to take slots outside the club. So I think that whole journey of giving that speeches in that year and to become the distinguished Toastmaster, for me, I think that was the defining moment in Toastmasters. Yes.
So, just a personal question. Your husband is a DTM now?
Yes, he's a DTM too. He became DTM
Wow.
before me.
Yeah, I have met him in
Yes,
the
yes.
last meeting.
Yes.
So, you were mentioning that it has been like the pathways came when you were in the journey. It's been 12 years old. Oh, I thought it's from the very beginning.
No, initially we used to have the different path. It was called, there was no specific name for it. It was called the communication leadership. We used to have the competent communicator and the competent leadership. These were the two categories and two divisions. And then we had the advanced manuals in that. Advanced communication gold, advanced communication silver, advanced communication bronze. It used to be like that.
Okay.
So, and they were you had to complete 40 speeches.
Okay.
So the first 10 speeches, and each level you had in gold, bronze and silver, you had 10 speeches in. So we had to deliver 40 speeches in all, and then you had the leadership ones.
Okay.
So that was that. It was like that, and then pathways came. Which pathways came in 2019, 2020, yes, just before COVID, I think.
Okay, this is something I wasn't aware of, and I think most of us won't be aware.
Yes, yes.
Can you mention a specific leadership skill you think is crucial for success?
I think listening skill.
Hmm.
Very, very important. And that's something which I mentioned earlier also, so important. So if you're a leader, you have a team, it's so important to listen to your team. So if you don't listen, you will not understand what your team wants from you or what the team wants to do, because the team has to work together.
Yes.
So the most important skill which you should have as a leader is to listen to your team and to have an open mind. Because what you listen, you have to accept it also. Yes. And if it's not, it is not going in sync, then you have to have a conversation and come to an understanding. So to do all that, you have to listen. So one skill which you need to have as a leader is to listen.
Okay. I keep this in mind. And I think we have a lot of roles in Toastmasters where you, the counter and very nice role where you can develop on this skill.
Yeah.
So, Saro, can you share with us a leadership skill you've developed over time that surprised you?
See, again, I would go back to the listening thing, because I've realized that when I listen to people, I'm able to understand people more. Okay, so it is very easy, because suppose somebody is saying something, it's very natural for our mind is also now processing what to reply back.
Yes.
Okay, so sometimes you're already ready with those answers. So if you give pause and you listen, then you will realize that you're able to reply, give a proper answer to that person who is talking to you.
Yeah.
So I feel the one skill which I've really developed which would be repeated, and is again listening. Is something which has and it has helped me personally also, because my friends do tell me that I'm a good listener. So I've got friends calling me and say, so this has happened and this is happening. So I listen to them, then I give my feedback. Maybe this is the way you could have done it. Less on, like I said, when I was just coming down here, my son just called me, and he wants somebody to listen to him. Sorry, this time I didn't take his call because I was here. But I messaged him that I'll call him back. So yeah.
Okay. So describe a leadership challenge you have faced and navigated.
Very interesting question. I remember when I was president of the club, we had the XCOM that year when we were appointing the XCOM. Two of the XCOM leaders, both of them, they both wanted to become VP education.
Okay.
Both wanted to take a VP education. And however, when we were deciding, or when the nomination committee was deciding, they thought that one could be better VP membership. However, the person who wanted to become VP education, she wanted to become VP education. So in fact, the nomination committee and got involved me also, and we decided the first 6 months that one of them will do VP education, and the other 6 months they will skip it. They will exchange the roles. Okay. So the other person will become VP membership, and this person will become VP education. So that was decided 6 months. We do that because when the old curriculum, one had to do 12 months to gain the credits. Now I think in pathways, now it's 6 months only. I'm not sure about that, but I think you have to complete 12 months. Okay. To do 12 months. Then we decided that they can do 6 months like that. They can do that. So they will do both the roles and they can do it. How in the month of December, I realized that the person who's doing VP membership, she should continue as a VP membership. Okay. She should continue because she did extremely well. Wow. And we had added so many members, and she was getting all the membership, whatever awards from Toastmasters International, and whatever the district had assigned. So she was getting all those awards, and she was doing extremely well. And as a VP membership also, when she used to approach guests, and they used to really get convinced to join the club, and she used to really follow up with the guests. So it was like a tough decision for me. I wanted her to continue as a VP membership. I didn't want her to become the VP education. Okay. Because I felt she would also not get credits properly, and she would have got some awards from VP from TMI if she had also continued as VP membership. So I had to make both of them sit down. I had to talk to them and make them understand as to why we should continue, why that person should continue as VP membership. Initially she was like, no, I don't want it. I want to become VP education. So I had to talk to them again. I listened to her, as I said earlier, listened to them and gave me feedback. And then they both heard me out, and she continued to be the VP membership. Okay. And I must say that she got things also from Toastmasters International for adding so many members. And there was the first time in TGIS history that we added 50 members. Wow. It was when I was the president. That was the first time we made the history of adding 50 members, and from that we have continued the trend. So that was a challenge I faced, which I decided to, change my decision, because it was decided and it was announced to the club. Yeah. This is the way we'll do it. But I sat down with both of them, and
this is the conflict resolution.
And I'm sure this individual, I'm sure she's thankful to me for doing that, because next year she became VP education, and she did extremely well as VP education also. So
both of them were happy. So
yes, exactly.
Okay. So you have told us about the encouraging and supporting. You want to add something over it?
On that, yeah. So how do I do that usually is that when we finish our meetings, I usually go up to the person who's in the role, and I give them a feedback. Yes. And in Toastmasters, the crux of being a Toastmaster is to give a positive feedback. Yes. So how do you give a positive work to the person? You say, I like the way you did this, and then how you give the feedback is that you could have done it such a way. Yes. Such a way. Instead of saying you should have done it such a way, that you could have incorporated this, you could have been such a way. That comes as very positive. Yes. So that's the way I would inspire my fellow Toastmasters when I go up to them and I speak to them. So this is the way you could have done it. Yeah, you may not agree with me, but this is the way you could have done it.
Yeah.
That comes across as positive for the members of that.
For me also, I have learned this constructive feedback here in
Yes.
Toastmasters, because always they sandwich it with the positives
Yes.
and the positives in the end, and there is a bar of improvements. But it is amazing that I have also learned it, and in my appraisals, I fought with my manager that this is not the way to give feedback to me.
I think Toastmasters really teaches us that.
Yeah, but it is amazing, yes. Do you have any advice for the newcomers to enhance their leadership skills? Like for me?
Yeah. Advice is just take it up. Don't
Book a
hesitate.
slot.
Book a slot. Yes, as DTM Manoj Vasudevan said, book a slot, deliver your speech. Just do it. Just do it. And as I said, when you become a member, when you join Toastmasters, you naturally become a leader.
Yes.
So even if you don't want to be a leader, you are a leader. By coming to the club, taking up roles, just doing small roles, like silent role player is also a leader. So I think what is it's just do it, take up roles, come to the club, attend meetings, come to the club, and you attend meetings, take up roles. The leadership process is very natural.
Yeah, it is the community that is very inspiring. Can you share a memorable experience from your journey that shaped your leadership style?
When I was president of the club, when I used to give my opening and closing message, I used to have something specifically prepared.
Okay.
So I used to make it a point that I have to give a message every time. So it could be related to the theme. I will make I'll make a note to prepare every time. So I would speak for at least 2 minutes on whatever I want to speak on, and I'll always end with a quote. Make it a point and end with a quote. Twice for end. And I remember my first meeting as the president of the club was, we had a DTM, we had all the DTMs in Dubai, we had gathered all of them. That was my first meeting as the president of first presidential address. I was addressing this room full of senior Toastmasters, and I was not a DTM at all at that time. So it was very, very nerve-wracking for me. And it was, I think we did okay. And I remember,
you must have done okay.
And I remember one of the person who's a member now, people were asking who all want to join TGIS. And people came from the crowd. And they said, we want to join this club. Okay, first was a DTM meeting, and my presidential address, everything. It was quite overwhelming. And people came from the crowd, from the audience. They said, they stood behind us and they said, we want to join TGIS. I think that was like a memorable experience to me. And this one member came to me and told me, who was still a very strong member, she told me, the reason I'm joining, she was a dual member, the reason I told her because the way you did the presidential address and to see me up there. So I think that is definitely a defining moment and a memorable experience.
Yeah, for me also, you were one of the people, because I joined TGIS. So when I started my journey, so I was hopping to different clubs to see how is the environment for every club. But when I went to TGIS, there were Patricia, you, Sami, Abdullah, these people, like even Sachin, I have attended one of his meetings. But it was amazing.
Yes.
Thank you, Saro, for this wonderful, detailed answers, and I've learned a lot from you today. So we are moving to our next segment. I'm really excited to play rapid fire with you.
Oh my God, is it rapid fire? It's
Yes.
a coffee with current, is it?
Yeah, it's a rapid fire.
Oh my God, I'm going to
and
put on the spot now. Okay.
favorite quality about yourself?
Down to earth, honest, good listener.
What has kept you in Toastmasters for so long?
Friends like family.
Top 3 things you have learned from Toastmasters.
How to say, what to say, when to say.
Biggest regret in life.
No regrets in life.
Best advice received.
Lots of advice. Best advice received is don't be so organized. Too organized.
Favorite book.
Favorite book? Nothing in particular. I love mystery novels, so I Pagada mystery novels.
Most promising newcomer.
Most promising newcomer where?
Toastmasters.
Most promising Faiza Khan.
I added this question because of I really you are so intelligent. Best friend in Toastmaster.
My husband. DTM.
No, same option. Okay, thank you so much, Saro, for your time. It was an amazing session. It's been a pleasure. We all know that failures and success go hand in hand. I want to ask you, how do you handle and learn from your failures and setbacks?
When one takes up any project or does anything, you have success, you expect it to be successful,
Yes.
but failures and setbacks are part of it. You have to accept that when you are doing anything in your life, you'll be successful, but you will have failures. So you have to just accept that. It will come, it will come. There's no way that you can go like this. Your bar can never go up like this. There will be those ups and downs. So failures and setbacks is part of life. So when you have failures and setbacks, best thing you can do is to sit down at that time, take a deep breath, accept it, and then see what you can do to come out of it and make it better the next time. Because there is always a next time.
Yes.
Never ends there. There is always a next time, and you have to then see to that how you can make it better the next time. So you learn from your failures and setbacks.